Shalom, shalom. Once again, I want to give all praises honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukaha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the elect that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that's pushing his word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom. This is Brother Aria from GMS Guyana. Lord's will, a quick lesson, right? We're going back to the point, the elect, right, which is 144,000 men, women and children that makes up one third of Israel, that the Most High promised to receive mercy, in this latter days, right? Those are the people that's going to be delivered, you know, from the coming destruction, right? That is going to take place in Babylon, right, the North Country, right? So, well, let me start a precept, man. Jeremiah 3. Jeremiah chapter 3 and verse 18, it says, In those days will the house of Judah, so like said, in those days the house of Judah will walk with the house of Israel, and they shall be gathered together out of the north country, North America, right, the Americas, to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto their fathers. So Yahweh is going to send Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh Shai name means the deliverer, right? And he's going to deliver, you know, the Israelites, out of the north country, America, Babylon, right? Because this is where majority of the Israelites is, right? Maybe read the verse up. It said Judah and Ephraim were oppressed together, right? And that happened in Babylon, in the north country, in this final captivity that we can get delivered from, right? Now it says in north country, right? And also any part of the world that the elect is, guess what? They can be delivered also, right? This is Matthew 24. Let's see what the third one says. Matthew 24 and 30, it says, then shall there appear the Son of Man. Then that and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and when they shall see the Son of Man coming in a clouds of heaven, with power and with glory. Right? And it's talking about Yahushai. When he come in, his chariots, right? It says, and he shall send his angel with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven unto another. Right? So wherever part of this world the elect are, Yahushua is going to send his angels to gather them. Right? Now, while Yahushua is sending his angels to gather up the elect, the next thing is going to happen is that we can shut off these bodies, right? We can change this mortal body into immortal body, right? And that can take place just as we're about to be delivered while it's going up, into the chariots, because these bodies were weak, right? What the scripture says, flesh and blood shall not inherit the kingdom, So these bodies must change, right? Because well, these bodies are also considered the chain of darkness. You got to take off these chains, right? Because well, the flesh is weak, right? So let me get this precept. This is Jude 1. Jude 1 and 6. It says, and the angel which kept not the first estate, going back to the 144,000 men, you know, but left their own habitation in that and left their own habitation he had reserved in everlasting chains of darkness until the judgment of the great day, right? And the chain of darkness going back to this body, this body that we in, right? But guess what? As I was saying, this body, got to change, right? And the Lord promised that He can change it, right? And we can put on our immortal body, right? Because you have a body on the earth, but guess what? So like we have a body on the earth, but guess what? We also have a body in the heavens too. Let me get the precept. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 1. He says, For we know that if our earthly house, talking about this body, of the tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of Yahweh, a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. Right? So it's eternal in the heavens. For this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house which is from heaven. Right? And they're going into these new bodies. Right? The Most High can clothe us with the glorious body, just like the body that Yahweh Shai got. Right? He could appear just could have walked through walls. You know, Yahweh Shai did a lot of things after he was risen. You know, from the dead. Right? And when he risen from the dead, guess what? He risen with what? A new body. Right? Call it a new temple. This way I wish I was talking about, when his scribes and Pharisees asked about third day, guess what? It was about his body, right? Let me get this out of precept. Right, let me go to 1 Corinthians 15 and let me see the start. Now this is the Apostle Paul speaking, right? It says 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahweh, neither does corruption inherit incorruption. Right? So the kingdom to come, where Yahushua is going to be sitting in the ruling seat. Guess what? The Israelites, the rest of Israel, the rest of the 144,000 that can rule in VT. Guess what? Flesh and blood cannot inherit it. So if flesh and blood cannot inherit it, how will we rule with Yahushua? Going on further, it says, Behold, I say unto you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. And this we were putting on our heavenly bodies. We shall all be changed, right? He says, in a moment, in a twinkle of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be risen incorruptible, and we shall all change. For this corruptible, talking about what this body that we in right now, that feeling pain, that getting sick, that basically weak. This body is weak, and to control the powers that Yahweh Bashim Yoshai is going to put on his men. Guess what? We got to get better bodies, right? It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruptible, and this mortal must put on immortal. We would never die, right? No more pain, no more death. And this for only in Israel, not for the rest of the nations, right? It says, so then this corruptible shall have put on incorruptible, and this mortal shall have put on immortality. Then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Right? By what? By receiving our new bodies. Death shall be swallowed up in victory. It says, "O death, where is your sting? O grave, where is your victory?" Because the victory can belong to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai Bashim Kakadash. And the men, women, and children that can be delivered. Because guess what? After then, there will be no more death. Israel is going to rule on the Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, this whole earth in righteousness forever. And the rest of the nations can be in war under them. The rest of the nations can be servants to them, as they supposed to be. Right? So these weak and feeble bodies, guess what, brothers and sisters? Yahweh Bashim Yoshai promised us that, hey, we can change these bodies. We just got to stay faithful to this truth. Keep pushing this word, stay focused. And hey, Lord's will, all of us make it into those chariots, and also to receive those glorious bodies. So with that, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and peace and salutation to you brothers, as portions, one in sincerity and in truth. Shalom, until next time.